Right, so this is the intro to the engine video. So the first thing we did was to grab the engine number off the block, and had a good search around to find out what it was, and it turned out to be a 1960s Volvo Penta engine, probably out of a, well, I think it was described as a bus or truck engine. What we did was an international library search, and it turned out the only English version of this manual in Christendom was in the State Library of Western Australia, which is in Perth. So yeah, slightly inconvenient, but luckily I got a mate in Perth who was able to drag it out the library for me and make me a sneaky copy. I won't name you for obvious reasons, you know. Thanks, Pete.
There you go, mate. Big brother is watching you.
Alright. You might hear some swearing.
That's okay, that's good. That's local colour.
Okay.
Yeah.
These studs that hold them in go through into the water jacket. So this one here decided, no, the studs came out with the nuts, so that drained a lot of the water out of the engine. So what I'll probably do is find two nuts that'll fit onto this thread. Looks like 10 mil. Hold that in the vise, two nuts locked together, warm this up with a little blow lamp just to break the grip, and undo that.
Well, we are considering cutting into the system.
Yeah,
anyway.
Well, it's now drained down to this
Sort of level.
Whatever was above that is now gone. So
where's it gone to? Sitting in the bilge?
it's in the bilge.
Yeah, okay. Can we do a compression test?
Yeah, I'll have a look. I've got diesel compression tester. I'll see if it's got suitable adapter. I'll have to have those two studs back in first.
Yeah, so can I run the heft all the way sort of along to here? And then just literally you'll just need a...
So if we can slacken these off and turn them a bit, maybe this one might be alright, but that one there wants to be turned to face plus to the bulkhead.
Is there any special grade of pipe I've got to specify? Just a high temperature rubber hose? Like a...
Yeah, it's only hot water. Like car heater hose would do it.
I'm just going to show you, this is the oil filter. I've just taken off the engine, which is kind of an interesting thing, because we used to sort of throw away oil filters, but this is an auto clean. Don't know whether you can see that or not, but yeah, the oil comes up through the centre and is cleaned through this layer of discs, seemingly, and you have these little disc brushes either side, and to clean it you oh, I don't know whether I can do this. You turn the handle, which cleans the discs off. Quite how that removes the filth, I don't know, but there you go, that's the oil cleaner on the engine. This is the paint Gilby oil cleaner, which consists of an old jar found in the bilge, and it's full of petrol, and we're just sitting the filter in it, and hopefully that'll dissolve any shit that's in there. But leave that to soak for a bit. Right, so on to the next job. This is these are the two fuel filters that are attached to the engine, and as you can see, it's pretty much full of crap at the bottom, so give those a good clean and try and find this number of fuel filter. But there you go, leave that one to the experts. So before I disappear into the engine room, I'll just show you this quandary. These are the filters that I took out, and been searching, but I haven't been able to find this type of filter. Closest I can come is this, which is readily available, FF161 Fleet Guard, but the top is different. So, to cut a long story short, what I've done is to chop the top off the old filter, give it a clean up, and that sits nicely in the new filter. So I am hoping that we clamp it up. It's under pressure here. That will make its own seal, and that will be enough. It's pretty flat, and that is pretty flat. It's got a good area of contact, and this is going to be done up bolt tight, so I'm hoping that will sort of fit in and make sure that the fuel is diverted through the actual cardboard filter element. So, but that's the best I can do really. It's either that or clean the old ones up, and they were pretty crappy. Have a look. Unless anybody out there in the world of Dutch bargeness can tell me what this filter is, if there's a number. I couldn't see any numbers on it. There was a thing that said made in Austria, but yeah, so there you go. If anybody knows what that filter is with the same, let me know. Otherwise, this is the bodge. The art of bodge is alive and well. Anyway, but that's on. We'll give that a good crank down. And see where that gets us. Okay. That's in with a good seal. So the top of the filter, the old filter, fits nicely into that recess. So if we gently pop that in and seat it on the O-ring, like that, and give it a right, that's two filters changed.
third filter is the recent addition, and I suspect this is because the other filters were difficult to find. The other thing we had to do for the boat safety certificate was to fit a metal drain plug. Right, that should have drained by now, hopefully. So out with the old filter. If we look into it, you can see quite a bit of crud. I don't know whether you can see that. Anyway, better safe than sorry, so that one's a goner. And then comes a new one. Take the plastic drainer out. A wipe of diesel, should really be oil, and there. Just hand tight. Right, that's finger tight up against the O-ring. Okay, that's good. Whew. So, fuel filters changed, job number one. Yeah, so we've got the main fuel line here, coming in here, into the filter, through the filter and out into the fuel pump, I guess, and then it fills the bowls, this bowl and then that bowl, and that's the outlet that goes to the 6 injectors. And essentially any fuel that's not being used or not being taken by the engine, because the pump pumps more than the engine requires, goes back through this return and goes through the small tank up in the wheelhouse and fills the day tank. Right, lastly, the oil cleaner. Now, if anybody can tell me how this works, I know it's discs, and I know the oil is pumped through this filter and out, and then back round into the sump. But how it cleans the oil, I mean, I just don't know. Where the bits of crud that would normally get collected in the filter go, I don't know. So if somebody could tell me, I'll be very interested. Anyway, let's rest that in there for the moment. Let's get this gasket off. Okay, troops, so it's oil cleaner cleaned and all the filters done. That's the temperature senders for the new temperature gauges, the electric gauges, and that is a oil pressure gauge and the splitter. So we've got two oil with injectors that have been well refurbished. So another stage. We're going to do the compression test of the engine. Hey troops, right, back on the boat again today. This is going to be quite a big day because hopefully it's ignition engine start day. So a few things to do yet. As you can see, the injectors are all in, so this is good. I've got the air cleaner just cleaned the oil filter. We've got to change the oil yet. New
fuel filters are all in. We changed the oil in the gearbox, so I need to refill that. We sucked it out with really rather an amazing kind of vacuumy pump job, which is dead handy. Just sucks it out. We're hopefully going to suck the engine oil out of the whatever is the dipstick hole. Anyway, it gets it done so much quicker. There is a pump around the other side, a little manual pump, but that's going to take ages. It could be apparently up to 25 litres of oil in this engine. So anyway, fingers crossed, might see it run in today, which will be a big step forward in getting it in the water on the 1st of June. Other steps forward, which I forgot to mention, was we've cut this, which was the, I don't know, this is the exhaust coolant. The engine water fluid goes through this part, cools the manifold, and we cut into this pipe that was going there to run it through into the calorifier. So hopefully we'll get a tank full of hot water when we run the engine.
Well, it's a tiresome operation because you're going to fill up probably that and both of those.
Yes.
And there's a tiny little pump here. And that's coming out of there good now. Do that up. Just go and put some pipes in the way. Okay, let's have another go.
Give it a go.